Good Morning America. New this morning, final stop. President Trump wrapping up his whirlwind foreign trip as Trump's son-in-law and top advisor comes under increased scrutiny. The new unconfirmed eyebrow-raising report about Jared Kushner's contacts with the Russians.
Candid speech, Hillary Clinton's address at her alma mater, revealing how she coped with losing the election.
I won't lie, Chardonnay helped a little too.
Her latest attacks on the president, plus why she's drawing new fire from the Trump camp.
The holiday weekend warning, severe storms pounding the Midwest with blinding rain, damaging hail, and menacing clouds, plus tornado threats. 50 million Americans in the danger zone. GMA tracking the storms this morning.
And it's a scream. Disney California Adventure's new Guardians of the Galaxy ride opening this morning. One reporter's priceless reaction. And it all happened on live television.
This was not a good idea.
That reporter joining us this morning.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
This is a heart attack. We're debating whether that's a real scream. I am firmly in the camp that that is a real scream, and he seems deeply unhappy.
I am totally with you on this one.
Yeah.
We agree.
We do for once.
I know.
Shocking.
That scream kind of reminds me of how I feel when I step onto this set every weekend morning. As we come on, I'm just kidding about that. As we come on the air this morning, President Trump is over in Sicily in southern Italy. Here he is posing for a group picture with other world leaders. This image decidedly less controversial than the one from Thursday, where the president seemed to brush past the leader of Montenegro to get to the front of the pack there.
Yeah, he was trying to get in his position for that photograph. In a few hours, President Trump will board Air Force One and depart Italy. He's going to arrive back in Washington this evening after a whirlwind foreign trip that took him to 5 countries in 8 days.
And the president will come home to new developments in an ongoing FBI investigation into possible collusion between Russia and his campaign. That investigation now hitting close to home with key advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner under scrutiny.
Now, we want to show you this morning's headline from the Washington Post. It says, quote, Russian ambassador told Moscow that Kushner wanted secret communication channel with Kremlin, and also that this happened before the inauguration. Now, we do want to point out ABC News has not independently confirmed this Washington Post report.
So much to cover this morning, and we begin with ABC's Cecilia Vega, who's over in Sicily traveling with the president. Cecilia, good morning to you.
A beautiful morning, guys, here in Sicily. The president and the White House are considering this first foreign trip abroad a total success. But when he heads back home to Washington tonight, he goes there with a full political crisis on his hands. This morning, President Trump is center stage in Sicily as he winds down his first trip abroad. But back home, the spotlight now is on his son-in-law advisor, Jared Kushner. According to the Washington Post, U.S. intelligence officials intercepted communications of the Russian ambassador during the transition, who claimed that Kushner wanted to use secure Russian facilities as a back-channel way of talking to the Kremlin. The New York Times says Kushner wanted to discuss policy like strategy in Syria. ABC News has not independently confirmed these reports.
And he's very good at politics.
But sources tell ABC News Kushner's contacts with the Russians are a focus of the FBI's investigation into Moscow's election meddling. He is among the White House aides likely to be interviewed. He has not been accused of any wrongdoing.
And these are contacts that might have been totally innocent and benign.
But intelligence officials worry that Russians had a very specific plan to target those in Trump's orbit. ABC News has learned the president's sons, Eric and Don Jr., were summoned to an emergency session at the FBI's New York field office earlier this month. The reason? A warning that foreign hackers were trying to compromise Trump Organization computers. For now, all of this still a world away for the president, at least for a few more hours. Now, all of this controversy about Russia has the White House considering a change in strategy. We're told that when the president lands back in Washington, they're looking into a communications team shakeup, perhaps fewer press briefings. Dan and Paula, they are also now looking at creating a rapid response team to push back on all of these Russia allegations. So they've got a lot of work on their hands when they touch back down in Washington later tonight, guys.
And Cecilia, great job reporting. Safe travels back. We're just going to go out on a limb and say that you haven't grown tired of that backdrop.
I'm going to stay here, sorry, by going on vacation.
No, please come back to D.C. All right, Cecilia, great job reporting and safe travels to you. Joining us now from Washington is ABC News contributor Alex Castellanos. Alex is a Republican strategist and a Trump supporter. Okay, Alex, let's get right to the news of the day. Isn't there reason to be skeptical of this unconfirmed report proposing a secret channel of communications? After all, Russians are known for conducting miscommunication campaigns, and the Russian ambassador was discussing this matter on a channel, Alex, that he would have reason to believe might be monitored by the U.S.
Well, that's one of the many strange things about this story. It's a little bit like standing on the corner with a bullhorn saying, we need to have a secret meeting. It's not what you do. You don't use the very communications you think are compromised to set up an alternative. So that is strange. Now, why would this have happened? There may be a serious explanation, but there may be an innocent one too, and that is that the Trump campaign and transition were concerned that everything that might have been picked up by other intelligence matters was being leaked by the Obama administration, was being leaked to the press, and would undermine transition efforts. And it turns out they were right.
Alex, but let's put today's story in context, though. If you consider this new information in light of what we already know, that Donald Trump has consistently praised the Russians while criticizing our allies, that his advisors have gotten into hot water for failing to report meetings with the Russians, that there are reports that the president allegedly demanded a loyalty oath from the FBI director who was investigating Russia, and that the president admitted that Russia was on his mind when he fired James Comey. When you take all that together, are Trump's critics wrong when they say that there appears to be some smoke here?
Well, I think there appears to be some smoke, certainly, but there also appears to be some ice. Remember, this is also the president who sent 59 Tomahawk missiles to Russian-supported military installations in Syria. Putin didn't like that. This is also the president, by the way, who's expanded NATO's presence on the Eastern Front in Europe against Russian interest. So, and by the way, there's an American battalion there now. So there's both smoke and there's ice here. Donald Trump's style, we've learned, uses two hands. You know, part of it is an embrace, part of it is a threat. It's a hug and a hammer. We see this with Donald Trump all the time.
Alex Castellanos, thank you very much for your analysis on this Saturday morning. We really appreciate it, and happy holiday weekend to you.
Thanks, Alex.
Meanwhile, this morning, Hillary Clinton stepping more aggressively into the spotlight.
Yeah, she certainly is. In a graduation speech at her alma mater, Wellesley College, she talked about how she got through her defeat at the hands of Donald Trump and engaged in a blistering critique of Trump's policies in office. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
I'm going to devote a lot of my future to helping you make your mark in the world.
She's back, Hillary Clinton at her alma mater, Wellesley College, in her first major speech since President Trump took office. 48 years later, Clinton is back at the mic where she once stood as a student, delivering a fiery commencement speech.
They may even call you a nasty woman.
Clinton sharing all with the Women's Liberal Arts College.
You may have heard that things didn't exactly go the way I planned.
And how she coped with the bitter loss.
Long walks in the woods, organizing my closets, right? I won't lie, Chardonnay helped a little too.
Clinton says this is the campus that launched her life of service, recalling the time when President Nixon's administration was in turmoil, while clearly alluding to the current administration.
We were furious about the past presidential election of a man whose presidency would eventually end in disgrace with his impeachment for obstruction of justice.
Don Trump Jr. pouncing on his father's former opponent, responding on Twitter, posting, "The irony of Hillary claiming Nixon was impeached, he wasn't, but neglecting the fact that Bill actually was impeached is priceless."
Clinton's unexpected loss in 2016 was intertwined with advice for the class of 2017, telling them to be bold, try, fail, and hold on to your values. Dan, Paula.
All right, that was way too easy, though, for Donald Trump Jr. to pounce on. Stephanie, thanks for your reporting from D.C. this morning. And we are following breaking news this morning regarding airlines.
Yeah, there's word of an air traffic problem that's affecting travel around the globe. And ABC's Lindsay Janis is in studio with more. Lindsay, good morning.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. This news breaking right now. Here's what we know so far. British Airways has suffered a system-wide global technical issue. It is paralyzing the airline, affecting travelers not just at airports around the world, but passengers on board planes waiting to take off. Right now, no word yet on how many flights are affected, but passengers are taking to social media, posting pictures of long lines and issues at airports around the world. They say they are unable to use the airline's website or app. This is a huge holiday weekend for travelers here in the U.S. and abroad. British Airways issuing a statement via Twitter apologizing for the system outage, saying, quote, "We are working hard to resolve the problem as quickly as possible. No word yet on what has sparked this problem. We will bring you the very latest as soon as we get it." Dan and Paula?
Lindsay, thank you. What a mess, and it comes at a terrible time. There are, meanwhile, new developments this morning in the investigation into that horrifying suicide attack in Manchester, England. We're learning about red flags about the bomber that may have been missed. Plus, there are new details about his life before the attack.
All this as Ariana Grande announces she will perform a benefit concert for the victims and their families. ABC's Matt Gutman has the story from Manchester.
This morning, we learn about more red flags raised about Salman Abedi, the bomber who killed 22 people just outside an Ariana Grande concert on Monday. In this interview with the BBC, an official from Salman Abedi's mosque says the center's imam had previously reported him to police.
One of our imams had reported this person. The responsibility has been shifted to the police and to the security services.
And this morning, a friend of Abedi's tells ABC News that in 2011, he fought alongside a 16-year-old Abedi in Libya against the Gaddafi regime. They were part of the so-called Manchester Brigade. And now more details about Abedi's suspicious activities while renting this apartment.
He can smell a strong smell coming out from the carpet.
But Abedi slipped through the cracks. Today, the British government saying there are 23,000 current and former suspects and 3,000 so-called live suspects. But law enforcement sources tell ABC News they have the capacity only to monitor about 500 of them at a given time. This man's family member detained as officers stormed in.
When I opened the door, there was officers right in front, about 3-4 officers right at the door, pointing guns.
And the raids go on. This morning, 2 new arrests, 11 men now detained in connection to terrorism. And this city still very jittery.
Roll. Police cars swarm this area, screaming, "Get down," telling people to get back, shut off their phones.
It was a false alarm. And as Manchester struggles to its feet, it got a huge helping hand Friday. Ariana Grande promising a return to Manchester for a benefit concert, saying in a statement, "We won't let hate win."
Folks here in Manchester say they can't wait to welcome Ariana Grande back here for that benefit concert, which might come sooner than expected. And while there's been this immense outpouring here, chalk all over this plaza, you can see the balloons and all those people at the memorial. Police say the hate crimes against Muslims have doubled just since the bombing. More work for weary investigators. And as we come on air, the British Prime Minister had just reduced the threat level from critical to severe. That, as we learn, that investigators cannot possibly monitor all 3,000 of those suspects at once, only 1/6 of them. So much more work left to be done here in England. Dan, Paula.
So many signs of solidarity on what's going to be a really busy weekend there in Manchester. Matt Gutman, thanks for your reporting this morning. And as the holiday getaway begins, there was a terrifying moment on board a train in Oregon.
A suspect who police say was acting erratically stabbed 2 Good Samaritans to death. And ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in our LA bureau with more. Marcy, good morning.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. And police say those Good Samaritans did nothing but try to defend 2 women being targeted in a hate-filled rant. The confrontation quickly turned violent.
They're responding to a stabbing at the transit station Hollywood.
This morning, 2 people are dead and 1 injured after a stabbing on a Portland, Oregon train Friday that police say may have been religiously motivated.
One was stabbed in the neck and the other in the stomach. Witnesses say it started when the suspect began acting erratically, hurling insults at two young women believed to be Muslim, one wearing a hijab. Evelyn Hernandez says she was on the train at the time of the attack and heard the suspect.
That he doesn't like Muslim because they're like criminal.
Several commuters stepped in trying to calm the man down. That's when witnesses say the suspect attacked, stabbing 3 of the Good Samaritans. One dying at the scene, a second victim pronounced dead at the hospital. The alleged killer getting away, police catching up with him a few blocks from the station.
North has one identified. He's refusing to drop the knife.
That confrontation caught on camera. The suspect now in police custody.
It's horrific. And there's no other word to describe what happened today.
And that third Good Samaritan who stepped in was rushed to a hospital, but this morning we're told that person's injuries are not life-threatening, and police are still questioning the suspect. Dan and Paula.
Harrowing story. Marcy, thank you very much. Marcy Gonzalez reporting in from L.A. this morning. Let's check the weather now, and Rob is not with us. He's boycotting.
Not.
He's in Indianapolis, where they're revving up for the Indy 500, but there's some weather brewing there, Rob.
Yeah, as luck would have it, we do have an issue with weather across much of the Midwest. It is exciting to be here in Indianapolis, or just outside of it. I have never been to the Indy 500, so it's a bucket list situation for sure. I mean, the bricks are just a throw away from me, and already some pace cars are starting to take up some warm-up laps here. Let's talk about the weather. It is a threat here and across much of the Midwest. Could be damaging in some spots. We already have a cluster of thunderstorms that's rolling across Kansas. We're watching that closely. Also, south of Paducah and the Boot Heel of Missouri, some thunderstorms there. But where we'll see the biggest threat today, it looks like a moderate risk of severe weather will be right in the heartland. Those areas you're seeing right there, and that will bring us a chance for damaging winds, potentially tornadoes, beginning this afternoon and lasting really through the overnight tonight. So that's when it's going to get a little bit dicey. Some of these thunderstorms could be very, very strong. Tomorrow, everything kind of sags to the east, and that will bring some areas into a second day of severe weather from Dallas to Memphis up to Louisville. And yes, Indianapolis, we may have a chance for seeing thunderstorms. I think those will come through tonight. I think we'll have mostly dry weather tomorrow, but with the instability, there may be a thunderstorm or two that slows this race down 75 degrees. They are all competing, guys, for the Borg-Warner Trophy here. It is massive. There you see the timing tower behind me. This kind of has a Game of Thrones kind of feel to it, with the faces of the drivers embezzled and popping out of this trophy. It's pretty amazing thing to see. All right, let's quick check out what's going on here at Indianapolis nationwide. Here now is your local forecast.
Well, we're starting out with some sunshine across the DMV, but an increase in cloud cover and maybe even a few spotty showers as we head towards about 9 o'clock today. Here's a look at your Memorial Day weekend forecast. Today, those temperatures in the mid-70s. It doesn't look like a great pool day. Some afternoon thunderstorms popping up in some places. By Sunday morning, a little bit of some sunshine to start, but then a similar case as we will watch showers move in for the afternoon. Also a thunderstorm possible on Monday. Those daytime highs in the low 80s.
You can't kiss it.
1911, 100 of these guys. What are you doing? What is it, Paula? I mean, it's incredible. This thing, I don't know how they pick it up. They must need.
I thought I saw your face on there.
They'll be standing right here in the winter.
Wasn't that your face?
Actually, later on today, I am scheduled to get a ride along with none other than Mario Andretti.
Nice.
Are you kidding?
Nice.
Yes.
I like the Game of Thrones reference. So,
incredible.
like a girl has no name. That's perfect. It's like actually that wall is right out of the show. Rob, thank you. We'll catch up with you in the next half hour for sure.
So excited for him.
I know.
That's incredible.
He's going to be bragging about that for weeks.
I know, he certainly will. Okay, let's turn things over to the bespectacled, your favorite form, Ron Claiborne, bespectacled.
Hey.
What's going on?
Good morning to you, Paula.
Good morning.
And Dan, Adrian. Good morning, everyone. We're going to begin in South Carolina, where a real estate agent who was arrested last November after a woman was found chained inside of a storage container on his property. He has been sentenced to life behind bars. 46-year-old Todd Colehep has pleaded guilty to 14 charges, including murder and kidnapping. Police found the bodies of as many as 7 victims buried near his home. Colehep was a registered sex offender. And reports this morning that Egypt has launched airstrikes on alleged militant camps in Libya in retaliation for a deadly attack on a bus full of Coptic Christians. At least 29 people were killed on Friday, including 2 children, as the bus traveled to a desert monastery south of Cairo. That was the 4th attack on Egyptian Christians in that country since last December. In Virginia, a federal judge has overturned the 2 life sentences handed down to Lee Boyd Malvo, one of the so-called Beltway snipers that killed 10 people and terrorized the Washington, D.C. region. That was 15 years ago. The judge ruling that Malvo, who was 17 when he was arrested, must be resentenced because the life sentences he received as a teenager were unconstitutional. And former National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski, who served in the Carter administration, has died. Brzezinski, who was born in Poland, was a key advisor